Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. Today, I really want to have a heart-to-heart with you about, as a mom, putting your kids aside and really taking a look in the mirror. Because I think it's so important. I've had so many conversations in the last couple of weeks with many of you who have been talking to me about your own past hurts. And I think we need to address that as a starting point for restoration. So for those of you that are new here, this channel exists because I help moms devise a plan to provide peace and hope in the midst of this crazy season that you're living in. And obviously, if you are here in this channel, it's because you have an issue with your adult son or daughter. You've got some despair in regards to that and what's going on. So let's dive in. You know, when I say let's look in the mirror, what I really mean is I want you to take a look at your own life, right? From your own childhood till now, and really be able to identify what types of issues you had growing up, right? There's no perfect parent. You're not a perfect parent. Your parents were not perfect parents. I do believe that we all do the best we can with what we know at the time. Now, some of you may have grown up in an abusive relationship with a mother or a father, whether it be emotionally, physically. And so those are types of things that you as a person, right, would need to get some work done around that, because I think we are all lying to ourselves if we think that that doesn't affect us. And so it's so important that we really take a look in the mirror and go, okay, these are the things that are still bothering me, or maybe you think that they're not, but maybe they really are. Old relationships from your childhood, your parents' parenting styles, traumas that have happened to you, old relationships that you had as you grew older, maybe as a teenager, young adult, marriages maybe that didn't work out, any types of relationships, friendships, just heartache and heartbreak. I really think that when we own our own stuff, number one, it sets the example for our kids, because to be honest, I think a lot of you know, most of you are dealing with an adult son or daughter that maybe doesn't want to do counseling. They don't want to take a look in the mirror for themselves. So what better way to encourage that than you doing it? I actually have talked to a lot of adult kids as well. And really, some of them are trying so hard to mend with the parent. Now, I know this is not 100% of these situations with my channel here, but there are some, but the mom is not able to mend it because she hasn't mended herself. And so anytime you have a relationship, you've got two people. And in this case, you've got yourself and you've got your adult son or daughter. You need to be mended. They need to be mended before you guys can come back together and be whole, right? So when we own our own physical, emotional, spiritual traumas, issues, hurts, habits, hang-ups, whatever it is, addiction, abuse, all of the things. And as you know, I am not a certified therapist, but I don't have to be one to know, because I've dealt with a lot of this personally. Excuse me. I've dealt with a lot of this personally, and I know how much work I have done on myself. I am not the same person I was 5 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I don't think we ever arrive. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm far from perfect. But I'll tell you, I have the capacity now to be able to identify when I'm being triggered. I have the capacity to realize when boundaries need to be put up around me, not because of the other person, but not for the other person, but for myself, which is what I teach you to do. And really just taking responsibility, like, okay, I'm hurt. Now, what is my part in it? And owning and taking responsibility for my piece. And I'm encouraging you, moms, to do the same thing. I want you to make a list. I want you to make a list of the past things of your own stuff, not your son or daughter. Set that aside for a minute, because I think it's time that we really need to look in the mirror and be responsible and take responsibility for whatever part we played. But it starts with us looking at ourselves in our own life, because we're separate people. A lot of times, and we've talked about this a million times, but we talk about how as a mom, we seem to think that that's our only relationship in life, that we're a human being, but we're a mom. We forget that we're a person too, and that we have needs and wants. And so I encourage you to do that and to really be able to look at that. I would love to hear from you. If you actually do the work and write a list, I want to hear from you. I want to hear how that goes. Click the discovery call link below if we've never chatted before. And I really want to take a look at that, and maybe we could work through that together. But in the meantime, for those of you that have not joined my Facebook group yet, Mama Just Breathe, the link to join will be below as well. I would love to have you. And so I hope this helps. I know some of you may be feeling like, oh, she's like pointing at me, or who is she to talk about this? Promise you, I have had my issues, and I've shared many of them with all of you. And so I want you to know this isn't judgment. This isn't for you to have guilt or shame. This is for you to release all of that. But you can't release all of that until you really look at what's going on. And so I hope that helps. I will talk to you soon. Take care.